We'll call a meeting to order.
I don't know. You see,
Let Michael and Scott explain the compliance with the
Open door
recording our
policy.
meetings.
Well, we don't really know the compliance, and if you read 2 or 3 different things, you'll get 2 or 3 different answers. So as far as what's compliant, because Scott read the 70-page whatever.
Yeah.
And he can explain that, but at the end of the day, even if we don't need it, and we're not sure if we need to do this recording, but it's for who we are and where we do our meetings and all that. But that being said, it doesn't matter if it's not required, we can still do it if the board wants to do it. And that's what we're doing today. So for just the price of the speaker, the extra, or I'm sorry, the microphone is speaker, but the extra microphones to pick people up. We've done a test run, short test runs with just the 2 of us in here, and with the echoes, with the air conditioner running, all that kind of stuff, sound checks. And it sounds okay. It sounds almost as good as what the POA's got. So we're going to do a full meeting, record it, and then I started about 10 minutes before the meeting, but then I think I heard Dwayne say we'll dump it on the computer and we'll scrub it down to just the meeting. And then we'll post it, and then you guys can take a look at it and see if.
Is this an agenda item on today's meeting?
No.
Or is this, are we just gonna break
It's
it up?
not, yeah.
It was on the agenda in the July meeting, but we didn't have a quorum, correct?
Okay, I just didn't know if we wanted, after we call the meeting to order, if we want to have a discussion on it.
Correct. So Tiffany, are you the one that brought forward
I thought we already called the meeting to order.
he did.
Oh, I
Okay.
didn't say that, okay.
Sorry.
So we received a letter
We can go back and
from,
look at the video and make sure.
That's funny.
At the exact time.
Yeah.
Cool.
the
Sorry.
attorney, Peter King,
Yes.
from he is who Clear Creek uses for advisement, legal counsel. I became aware of this open door law through the 3 fire districts that I support in the same capacity. The attorney for the fire districts was certain that because we're audited by State Board of Accounts and DLGF, that this open door law applies to the fire districts. We're 100% funded by taxpayer dollars. That got me thinking, with the 3 conservancies that I support, how does that apply? Pete, I asked about this, and he really took some time going back and forth. There's an agency that I'm forgetting the name of right now, but he reached out to them, and they gave him an answer that was interesting in my opinion, because it directly conflicted with what I was reading on the law. So I asked Peter that, and he came back with a letter that I shared in last month's packet. And the letter basically said he acknowledges that discrepancy. To be on the conservative side, he does recommend that we comply with this open door policy.
Sure. Yeah,
So that's why
Better
we're
be safe than sorry.
moving.
yeah,
Yeah.
sure. It's not hurting anything, so.
Michael, you want to?
The mechanics of it,
Go ahead.
basically just that the video gets recorded right after the meeting, we would then post it. And so there's a link, you go to our website, there's a link and it links you to the our YouTube channel, which we have now. And then there, the videos will be there.
So you have a camera crew running around now following y'all.
Yeah, it's pretty boring. No clicks yet.
Is this
Live
something,
with the Clear Creek crew.
Yes.
is this something that, I could post to the Heritage Lake POA website or
Ab-
on the Facebook pages, or, we could share that link?
Yes.
Just
so
It's just a YouTube thing.
Yeah.
all right, cool.
So, yeah.
Just hook it to a Bluetooth connected to your phone and then the phone will go down.
And that's actually nice. The phone, it's an old phone actually. The quality's not too bad. We think.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
On the test we did, but it's the old phone that we used to have to, in the emergency line that didn't ring, but forwarded to one of our free phones.
Yeah.
So, we have nothing in it. It's
So
Yeah,
you're not even tying your phone up right
No.
now?
That's nice.
And we tested the battery life and all that, so.
Yeah.
What's the YouTube channel called? Is it?
I don't think you can just go to YouTube, you gotta go to our website and then go, we've got,
It's not a private, you have to have the different levels of privacy. So anybody can see it, but you have to have a link And then anybody can get the link from the Clear Creek website.
Okay.
So is that something that you've created recently? That
Yes,
YouTube
correct. So
channel, I
get a
guess?
YouTube channel. So if you go to the Clear Creek website and then go to board, and this may end up changing.
Yeah.
But it's under the board tab and then there's video tab.
Videos, yeah.
And then you click on the video and then that just gives, you're still on Clear Creek's website. And then it gives a description and hey, click the link below. And we were gonna do a link for every video, but we're like, we can just edit this once. And then that'll take you to the channel. So you just click you say, go to our YouTube channel. And then eventually we will have a playlist with all the meetings.
So you can pick
Only
which meeting you want to do.
Thing about that
So,
though, Mike,
Right, go ahead. Well, right now, there is a video up there, the demo run and when we did the, in the round. So we wanted to see what the mechanics of all this, if it works. So we posted the link and to that video, and that video is a little thumbnail. You can see the end around with the music and everything on it. So, we know it works. So that's good. Where we go. No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
no, my only question is I understood this open door policy to, obviously in efforts to be transparent
Mhm.
with taxpayers,
Right.
that these meetings needed to be live.
Right. And the real world is that we knew this. I mean, I was working with Lori. I said, because I asked Lori about this, and I asked, some of those small towns, do they even have internet? She said, a lot of them don't. But in the paperwork said, if you don't have reliable internet, you can record it and post it later. Well, if you ask me, who's worked at AV for a long time, nobody's got reliable internet to us.
Okay,
So, and that would add a level of complexity and expense that would be, quite honestly, I don't think Conservancy District I don't think we should spend people's money, but
They're not gonna care anyway. They want the information.
They want the
It doesn't
information.
necessarily have to be live. Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see how many people view it.
Yeah, we'll be able
We
to
can
tell.
record that.
Right.
I don't know how that YouTube works, the channel, so there-
You should be
It-
able
Yeah,
to.
there, you'll be able to understand.
It says how many people
Okay.
view it or.
You should see
Yeah.
unique locations that are being from.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Allow comments.
Yeah.
You guys can get feedback
Okay,
on
sure.
issues that are going on or.
yeah.
I think you could
Can you
create-
turn the comments portion on and off?
You can.
I think so,
yeah.
That's something that's in our control too. depending on-
Yeah.
Yep.
And then
People start just abusing it.
Yes.
or whatever.
Right.
on the live stream, the way I read it, and maybe you see it different, that you didn't have to allow, during the live stream event, you didn't have to let them be able to comment, which I don't know how that works. Anyway,
You couldn't-
so if they can't comment during the live stream, I didn't see the difference between what's 30 minutes gonna change.
Oh,
If they can't,
Yeah.
true.
I mean, if you had to allow them to be able to be not here and yet comment on the meeting at the end, then I guess I could see it, but other than that, I couldn't see that was a huge.
Good point.
I mean, that's just common sense to me, but I don't know if that, the law doesn't always follow common sense.
The only point for it to be in live to me would be that they could
Com-
participate in the
Participate,
meeting, yeah.
right.
Yes.
So if they can't if they can't participate in the meeting, then
Right.
live streaming, that's really the
Yeah.
only issue with that.
Right.
Any internet glitch, they're
That-
gonna lose it, versus
Yeah.
this
Yeah,
way, they
yeah,
got
yeah.
it, it's just gonna be 30 minutes later.
And
So,
my argument to that is, I listen to WIBC a lot, Scott and I talked about this. Yeah, I think it was, I listen to WIBC, and while I don't ever watch the YouTube thing of that, but they make comments about, like, apparently you can watch it on YouTube, the radio show, and they are the biggest radio.
They got 50 users or 45 users.
Well, yeah,
100
oh, yeah, not many people that
Yeah.
use it. Well, what I do know about their YouTube is, they make comments all the time about their YouTube's down.
yeah, they get,
Funny.
their live stream is not
Their
on.
radio is always
Yeah.
working, but they'll mention on the radio, oh, sorry about that, we can't show you this because they're like
Big.
big.
Big, yeah.
So it's like, all
An
right,
issue, not a user issue.
well.
Or an internet.
Whatever it is, they're like,
There's more pieces to do, and it's like, we're not
Yeah,
professionals, and they are.
and they are,
have
so it's like, all right, we're out. Then we're not.
But we still have the capabilities, if I understand it right. If the way we're set up now, to record it and then
And that's what it goes out, that's what it goes now.
there's still a method for the freeholders to respond to leave a comment on that meeting.
We can make it that way.
We can make that. I'm not sure how it's set up.
I don't know if it's turned on right now.
I think that would be beneficial, just so we can act on that feedback, or, you know, that's something.
Right.
Okay.
Discuss at another
Yeah.
meeting, or, you know, it's a good thing to have, and
Yeah.
I think people would
I
appreciate.
think definitely that part of it,
Yeah.
if we're gonna go through all this effort to make it available to them,
Yeah.
then we ought to make it a two-way
Yep.
street where if they read something on there that they want to comment on, that we know that there was that comment made on that subject.
Our ability to respond to people's questions, I think that's important.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, because if a lot of people are going to view it and you can't comment, somebody in this room is gonna get a lot of phone calls.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Good point. Thank you. Yeah. Good.
Good point.
Yeah, good point.
Something else, Molly and I and Heather will post all of the meeting related documents under that same tab.
oh, nice.
Okay. Good.
That's part of the requirement,
Yeah,
is
Sure.
making
So
all
we can do
the,
that, yeah,
There's a couple tabs, but I don't know if we want to use.
on the website.
Yeah, the documents and stuff, but anyway, may have to make a new tab.
Yeah.
Make it not so confusing, if that's not.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
If that's just,
should we send our documents to you first?
If you want.
that would probably be, yeah.
We'll do that.
And then we'll just,
Have meetings, tab.
yeah, I
Or
mean,
meeting minutes tab.
we had it, it actually was there.
We did have it.
We took it off since it wasn't updated.
It was so, yeah, there was like a half dozen meeting minutes.
They're outdated.
You guys, thank you so much for being so proactive.
Yeah.
You guys have done a lot of work.
I come in here this morning early to talk to these guys about how we're gonna set this up, and hell, they're.
See what they can do, and they don't have to go to the July meeting.
Yeah.
Meetings every other month.
Every other month, yeah.
Nice job, fellas.
Smoke for that.
I wanna thank you guys. Wholeheartedly.
Pleasure, yeah.
Because I'm not technical enough to have done any of this.
Well, yeah, I'm not either really.
Yeah, you.
And-
Michael is, and so is Scott. Michael likes doing pictures for
Yeah.
funerals and stuff and blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah. He does, he likes doing that stuff. He's
So like slide.
Really great job.
Yeah.
Oh, neat.
Yeah, I assume that, we need a motion to continue on with this task, so to speak.
I motion to continue on with the live stream video, not live stream, but,
Right.
to just get everybody to do the first one as a test.
Right, and
Provide the feedback that's necessary.
there'll probably be bugs.
Yep. And maybe put an agenda item for the September meeting to come back and talk about it, what we decided or what we experienced from this first initiative.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried.
Thanks again.
Okay,
Great job, guys.
need a, approval of the, June minutes. Since we didn't have a July meeting, they haven't been approved.
Yeah. Yeah, motion to approve the few minutes.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Also need a motion to approve the July minutes showing that we didn't have a meeting.
Motion to approve the July minutes, well, no meeting.
Second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. Financial report and register of claims.
All right. We've got the financials as of the end of July. If you flip back, it's going to be right behind the July minutes. The budget report looks like this. So this is a snapshot of where the district sat as of the last day in July. Total income so far this year is $564,640. That does include the spring settlement, which hit in June, and that is $66,330. Can you find it, Blaine?
Yeah, I'm trying to get my pages.
It might be in there.
Probably is.
Is it possible to put page numbers on this financial report? Because then we can just, all right. it's
We can sure do that.
That might make it a little easier for us to find. Thank you.
Find it, yeah, that's it. Then we come down to expenses. Second page shows expenses year to date is 484,776. Now, we're not gonna get another tax draw until December. So, we won't always show a positive net income like that. And then along with financials, there was the register of claims, looks like this. I'm gonna pass my copy around to get a signature from the board, please. But this does cover 2 months, no, 3 months worth of time. Again, because we didn't meet in July. It looks like this.
Yep.
So payroll there at the top. We paid McCullough just over $5,000 there in the end of June. You see anything that you want to mention? Of course, Hendricks Power is our largest bill. Do you remember what the PNC Bank on July 10th was?
That's their credit card.
Oh, that's the, okay.
Yeah, that's their credit card. It was higher that month because you guys ordered some. Isn't that when you got the computer
No.
or something?
I don't know what it'd be.
When was this? What day?
Oh, July 10th.
Yeah, it was 5516 and 1093 added together would have been the credit card bill for that month.
Yeah.
And I have 5,000 of it was equipment purchases, so I'm thinking that's when you guys got that.
On a computer, but.
You got a strip pump, I'm talking about
Yeah,
that.
but I don't think we put that on.
It would have been a charge.
I had it in there, but.
Yeah, I've got a record of it too, but
Yeah.
I broke it down so that we would remember that it wasn't a $7,000 credit card bill just for.
Right.
Well,
things.
I hit my limit at the rest the other day and I had to, and then Scott, we got it worked out. So Scott, I used his for
Yeah,
balance,
we used it too.
buying motor starters and coils.
Yeah.
Yeah, I put that one, I don't know what that one is.
Thank you.
I think it's something like that though.
That's all right.
That's okay.
Yeah,
And we've got it.
Yeah, that's why I broke it down. So
Yeah,
if
makes
there were any questions.
Yeah, it wasn't-
I know that 5,000 of it was some kind of equipment.
yeah, okay, got it.
Because it's not usually, your guys' credit card is not.
Yeah, totally, right, slow stuff, yeah.
Are there any questions on the July financials or the register of claims?
I put one about that.
Thank you.
Fine.
Good, okay.
Motion to approve.
Motion approved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Okay. Pass it back and forth.
New budget.
Yes. Look for the page with highlighted yellow fields. Now there are page numbers on this, Chris.
All right.
So we've got this one that looks like this.
Yep, yep.
And then the supporting pages are less important. We're gonna focus mostly on this yellow sheet here. So I'll go through this from the left to the right. Left-hand column shows us what did we spend in each of these appropriations in the year 2024. So these are actual spend totals. Next column is what did we spend in the first half of 2025? And then the next two columns kind of go hand in hand. Obviously, we haven't lived through July through December. So how that's calculated is you take the 2025 budget and you subtract out what we've already spent. So that third column is just an equation and a subtraction problem. Then on the far right is a column called Proposed 2026 Budget. I have put in figures in this column, but these are just simply my recommendation. It's up to the board to decide. And how I've come up with these figures is based on what's the budget for 25 and how much did we spend for 24. Also, are we on track to exceed the budget for 25 based on what we've already spent this year?
And in addition to what the, Sam from the Board of Accounts recommends. as
Yes.
well.
So I, every year, thank you, I hold what's called a workshop with Department of Local Government Finance, DLGF. And they walk me through this budget process and uploading everything to Gateway. And so we really go through each of these appropriations line by line and review those. Now, these highlighted fields are the ones that I feel the board should discuss and we should look closely at. The other ones, of course, we can talk about every single one, but they're just calculations based on cost of living increases.
Looks like most of those changes are negligible.
Yes,
Small.
yes. So the records, forms, and supplies on 211, I did increase that to 650 strictly because we've already exceeded the halfway mark there. So bump that up $50. Lab supplies, I put a question mark next to this. We've spent over seven so far this year, but I didn't know if the second half of the year is going to look like that.
It shouldn't be that high. Well, I bought that microscope,
I was gonna say, we just found that receipt. I wonder if it was a 50, just under $5,200.
the microscope,
Oh, okay.
and
Was that?
Accessories, there was actually another, I think is there another one?
The microscope was.
Okay, yeah,
And this camera was 1,600 and yeah. So that was a late May purchase.
Would that have been it?
Mhm.
Definitely wasn't that.
This would have been on the credit card bill it would have been in June since it came out in July.
Okay, yeah, that was a credit card bill, but that was May 23rd.
Kirby risk.
so the lab equipment won't be high this second half.
Then we'll just
It
leave
won't.
that one at 9,500.
Yeah,
Probably.
The 313 engineering dam inspection, there was no budget for that in 2025.
How often are we required to have a dam inspection and when was the last one?
We had an expense in that appropriation in 2024. I know for one of the other conservancies, it's every 2 years.
I think that's what.
that's every 2 years, and didn't we just seal it last year also? Well, not for the dam inspection, so they're every other year they would do that.
So then you would need an
So we would need
appropriation.
We need
next
26.
year.
I think so.
Do we know how much it was? Oh, 20.
Well, the spend was
5,500.
5,500. I imagine it just general pricey.
Does that include any changes that need to be made as a result of the inspection, or that's just the inspection cost of?
Cost of the person to come out and do the inspection.
Okay.
So 5,500 again, 5,750, 6,000.
It'd probably be 6,000.
I'd say 6, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
see.
Yeah, that's not good.
Line 325, Omni Site Monthly Service.
You pay that annually, right? All one time?
You know.
That's what it is.
I think Kathy paid the whole
Might
thing.
be why we aren't
I don't
familiar
think
with
I've
it.
paid that yet. So it may be annually towards the end of the year.
Must be.
It might be.
Because I didn't
We
take
haven't-
over
we
bills
haven't paid
until
anything yet.
January. Yeah.
Well, we just came in just under 20 in 2024. So I'm recommending we do increase that appropriation up to 20.
Okay.
Is that enough? I mean, that's only a couple $100 more than it was 2024. Do you want a little more cushion just
Maybe
in
we should
case? I
call.
mean, it's a proposed budget, right? So if we come in under, that's okay, but.
Yeah, this is just permission to spend.
Yeah.
I know we added, since 24, when did we add that other?
We had one crystal ball.
Would that have been on the 24 bill? I don't know that it would. That might have been.
I think it might have
been.
been.
It might have been.
Yeah.
To be close.
Do you remember how much they are, one per year? One unit?
No, but I could probably find it.
We could call Omni.
I know
Site,
there's-
see what the rate, how much the rate's gonna go
There's
up
the
for the
cell.
next year.
It's all through Omniside. There's the cell bill, which is consistent. Well, so they're all consistent. And then we have that extended, that plan.
At Washington, yeah.
Plan where it's just, you don't pay anything, we pay yearly,
Right, that way we're done. We do everything we need is paid.
everything's, it worked out, actually, it's that, I'm not a fan in general of the warranties, and that's not what this is, it's kind of a maintenance plan,
Right.
and that, it does work out.
We've taken several in for repair.
Yeah,
Yeah, and it's been just, they just fix them.
yeah.
What do you guys think? Leave it at 20 or do we want to
I
bump
think
it
we,
up a little bit more?
well, depending on what Michael sees.
Yeah.
I mean, if it was purchase of equipment, we're probably okay. If it's not, I mean, probably.
Most of it would have been, other than that one crystal ball, and I think that was included in the, I think that was included in the construction. Remember that fiasco?
That one was,
Mhm.
Are you looking for approval on this today or are we going to vote on it? Do we vote
The
on it
hearing
twice or
is-
do we have to?
The hearing is scheduled at the September meeting, so we can make changes just over email
Yeah.
in the,
Yeah,
in
Okay, we'll
between.
approve it over email then
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
Okay.
Let's just we'll pencil in 20 for now and get better
Okay.
information.
Yeah.
Insurance. We have not hardly any spend so far in 2025. So the renewals obviously happen second half of the year. I had not heard from the gentleman named Monty that Kathy had used for renewals. So the policies are all the same, but I switched the service to a gentleman named Andrew that I work with on all the other districts that I support. So the policy, again, the policy has not changed, but my representative is not Monty anymore. It's
same company then?
someone named Andrew O'Hare. It's Andrew works for Epic. The policies themselves, I don't remember that there's the Cincinnati or
Yeah, I remember.
Usually.
those
Our
policies.
churchman through Cincinnati.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, that's still all the same.
Okay. Okay.
But with the renewals not having come in, I talked with Andrew about what I typically do at budget time is 15%, just to be safe. I asked him if that is consistent with what he sees. That's what the DLGF and I had discussed. He said, yes, go ahead and pad our appropriation by 15% every year. He didn't have any reason not to do that, just to be safe. So that's why I increased that to 60. The 364 operations and maintenance. The only reason I bumped this one up was looking at the 24 spend. That was 117. I don't know if there was,
Well, they had a dam inspection and they had possible repairs. That might have made it into maintenance as well.
So would the ceiling of the dam come out of that
Yeah.
line item?
That'd be operations, yeah.
but it would.
That would have been
Maintenance, yeah,
a pretty
for
good
sure.
chunk.
So we always do that every 3 years.
Or 4. I'd have to look.
3 or 4 years.
Yeah, 3 or 4 on
We
that.
have to reseal that.
Is there any other type of maintenance that would be due that's not every year kind of thing that would be coming up in 26?
Well, it's hard to guess when your pumps are gonna go down for all those lift stations and stuff. That's just, you might do well one year and the next year they have
Yeah.
several go all at once, so. Leaving it up there was probably a good idea, because you never
Is
know.
that high enough?
One pumps could be $15,000, you know?
Yeah.
Should we take it to 120, you think?
That wouldn't hurt,
Yeah.
but it's kind of a broad category.
It is very broad.
Yeah.
Everything goes.
Under the catch.
So we know that
No,
any parts, replacement parts, pumps or anything are not gonna go down.
Oh,
Yeah,
they're,
that's right.
yeah,
It's just like everything else.
One of the critical things is just because it's in here doesn't mean we spend it. It's
Yep.
that way.
Yeah, it's just-
the ability to
Yep.
spend it.
Absolutely.
If you need it, you have it.
Yeah.
If you don't, it's
Yeah.
okay.
If we only spend 100, we're 20,000 to the good.
yeah.
Yep.
And if you're right, electrical parts,
Yeah.
they just order, they're super high just for a starter. you know.
Yeah.
Over 5,000.
Yeah, but, and there's one we need and then there's the two spares.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah, we want inventory on the shelf, so we're not, so we have stuff to pull from right away, so.
Yeah.
Question mark next to this one. Because you guys would know more than me. Do we anticipate sludge hauling? Is that an ongoing thing all the
Yeah.
time?
Yeah, I want to talk.
Twice a year, okay.
So in this spring, we spent $20,000.
Yeah.
This fall, we should match that. It'll be another $20,000.
So we need to up that
So
then.
this
Should be
means
40 there, and I'm thinking about probably having to do some in the round sludge hauling also. So that needs to probably be 50,000 annually,
okay.
50,000.
because we're producing more sludge with this new plant. So we're gonna have to get rid of all it.
Just common sense tells you keep adding houses. That you're-
Keep adding
you're
sludge.
adding sludge.
Mhm.
Yeah, and to keep right now, we're having to, we're just waste more, because of having 3 tanks, we hold older sludge longer in the process, and then we're having to waste more in the digester than we land apply most of it, but we can't get it on the land apply or work it out time-wise, then we did this in the round that I'm going to do again, probably, instead of waiting till the last minute and being panicked trying to get it done. So I'm thinking I'm going to do a couple loads ahead of time, so we got a little breathing room, because when they harvest the crops, I gotta get the crews in here, and the baker's gotta get in here with the hauling, and everything's gotta work out just right, and that's really hard to do.
Because we're controlled on that by the property owner and the weather.
Yeah,
So it's not a thing that we can just say, this date, this date, this date is gonna happen, because it just doesn't work out that way.
and the crew that knifes it in the ground, they're working for somebody else.
Yeah.
So when they get done with that, can they come here, or they gotta go somewhere else, then it rings them out. There's a lot of variables.
Yeah.
It's really hard to get it done. So that's what, for that reason, I want to do that too, so. I definitely have 50,000, and you know what, it may even go over that, I don't
Okay.
know. It may be 60. You wanna do 60? If there's too much, it doesn't matter,
Yeah, gotta get rid of it, 60.
then we will go.
It's not something you can control costs on. It's gotta be done, so.
It's what the land supply is about the cheapest. I mean, there's not a lot of cheapest option. I mean, it just gets more expensive after that.
All
Yeah, a lot higher.
Yeah.
So we've been land applying for years, and it's very cheap. So the amount of money we spend for getting rid of the sludge is really cheap compared to other wastewater treatment plants. We've been doing it that way for years. But if you had bell filter press and you're hauling to a landfill, or we have to haul liquid somewhere, then it goes, you're 5 times that money. It goes up really fast.
I bet.
Well, I
We'll
recommend.
do that 60.
Yeah. 6 cents a gallon. That doesn't sound like much, but there's a lot of gallons. Yeah.
394. I just took that up a hair just because where we are so far this year in our spend, 1087.
Yeah,
On the analysis.
yeah, we'll have to do that again. Right, you're not, no, we used to do that one too.
But no, do spring and fall.
Do each time, yeah.
So,
So should that be raised up just a little bit more?
well, I don't have to do heavy metals. I just got to do nutrients in the fall. The heavy metals is more expensive test, which is just in the spring. I don't know if they raise the rates by fall or not. The labs, they do it, you know.
Maybe we should go to 2,500.
Okay,
Making it even?
yeah.
And if there's any categories that I didn't highlight that you guys want to talk about, please, let's do that. And that is it. So we'll just do a follow-up email exchange about the category of 325.
And then an updated overall. based on
Yes.
the discussion today.
Mhm.
Okay.
The one I did have a question on was the sewer renovation fund. So we dropped that, right, $20,000, 366. That, what's that? Is that the money we put back so we have the money when we need it?
This is a fund that was budgeted in 25 for 30,000.
Okay.
So I mirrored that for 26. And it is a fund that I have not used yet. Sewer renovation fund, but in 24, we spent 50,000. So let me dig through the records and see
I can see what bills went into
what that,
Yeah.
Mhm. What is that, 366?
366.
366.
What are, if you pull lift station work out of that too, or just replacing mains and stuff when they go bad, which we have done last year.
Okay, that was the only question I had.
That's like a fund that you're almost just flipping a coin. Because
Yeah,
you might go a year with minimal amount, and then if you had a lift station that one wall on it collapsed or something, and you had to, then you're talking big bucks.
Right, yeah.
I can think of a couple other instances where we have a couple of force main pressure relief valves that we have to do this year. And then when they're digging up for a new home and they can't find it in the cul-de-sac, and we have to extend the lateral to get it where it's supposed to be. That kind of work could come out of sewer renovation also. It's just kind of a guess where you got to pull your money, where you write your check out of. You know, where you do it there or you did it out of repairs and maintenance.
Yeah, I could start using that.
But we'd have to write,
Let her know.
Yeah,
I don't know,
if
like,
there's a certain fund that I don't use a whole lot of, when you guys send me the bill, just throw me a little, hey, maybe put this in sewer renovation fund.
Okay.
yeah, we can label where it
That's
should
what
come
the
out.
guys I deal with, that's what they do. If it doesn't go in a normal fund that I put it in, they just, hey, maybe put this in capital outlay or whatever it goes in.
Mhm.
Cause I don't know.
Yeah, I
What all this
don't think
is.
we've done that in the past. A lot of things just come out of operation and maintenance, but
Yes.
we could actually do that because you put in pipe, stone, and, you know, where you spent $3,000 to get that sewer to where it should have been by the property line in the first place.
I see.
You know what I mean?
I do.
When you pay the contractor extra to get it there,
Correct.
that's on us.
Right. We say what it is, but tell her where to pull out.
Yeah.
Or to pull out
Mhm.
what line item to take it out of. Yeah, we've never done that in the past.
No, that's.
Yeah.
We can fix it.
So if it's specifically related to sewer, maybe we should just assume that.
Okay.
Like when they said what you were just
Well, we can
describing.
help you with that too.
We can absolutely do that.
We'll make us we'll mark this up a little bit, so we got, kind of remind us, but yeah, we can.
Because to you, stone is stone, I mean, but we might get a load of stone over on the front of the garage over there, which is parking lot.
Yes,
But if we need a load of stone because we're
exactly.
bringing sewer that lateral up,
Mhm.
we owe the homeowner, to make it right,
Connection, yeah.
connection.
So one would be equipment and maintenance and or repairs and maintenance, and the other one
Yes.
would be for the sewer.
Correct.
Yeah.
It's the same product, but it's a different application.
Thank you for that.
Yeah, but also, we'll come up.
Do you think that ought to be more than 30,000? And the only thing I'm thinking is that it's easier to have the money set aside
Then going for an
than to
additional
have to go
appropriation.
in and pull it out of some other account. If you said it got to get set aside, and if we set it aside, well, it was 50,000 in 24. If we set it aside at 50,000 and we only use 35, or 15,000 to the good,
Mhm.
rather than having to go find it in another account or in a general expense account.
That
Yeah.
makes sense.
We want to increase that back up to the 50 then?
I think
Yeah,
we
But like I say, it's a flip of a coin, because it could be nothing or it could be big bucks.
yeah, if it's the pump lift station repairs, you could throw that in either category.
That's what,
They could go in either one. So if you're running short on one, you could put it in the other one.
Yeah.
well, when you put a new pump in, you could that'd be a pretty easy argument that that's a renovation versus fixing a pump would be more of a repair, you know what I mean? I could, in my head,
Yeah.
does that make sense?
Or need
Like,
rehab,
yeah, or if it gets rehabbed like we did in
the
M3.
whole lift station.
Yeah, yeah.
Do we have a special line item for that, do we? Or do just for rehab of the lift
Well,
station?
451 is plant and lift station improvement.
Oh, okay, gotcha, yeah. Okay, so we do have that too. So. I mean, one pump the pump at M3 is 17,000 for a new pump there. We just got a quote on that. So
Yeah.
If we needed it, it was set,
Plant
just
and
died
lift
at
station
17,000 for one pump. So there's
So
two
that
pumps
would
in there.
be,
Yes,
that
we
would
do-
be.
That's what that was for. If we rebuild a lift station, that was 35,000 in there for that.
So the 35 would cover
Oh,
two.
okay.
For the 451, that's a good
Yeah,
cushion.
yeah, it is.
You think the sewer renovation's okay at 30 or?
Well, if we leave that at 30, then the lift station improvement probably ought to double, go to 60. If you're gonna do pump, for repairing lift stations. Well, move that one up a little higher if we leave that one at 30.
Leave 366 at 30 and increase 451 to 60?
Yeah. Let's do that.
I'll still dig into 366 and see what was historically put in there.
So we have
And then
that.
I'll let you guys know, hey, these were some of the things that were in there.
Yeah.
It's a nice round number, so it makes me think
That's what I was
something's
saying.
interesting about that. So
Yeah.
you grab that and,
Mhm.
yeah.
Does it accumulate, build up? That fund, we don't use
It's
it.
like a sinking fund.
Or is it just,
I,
you get an overall operation of the whole thing and then you just kind of move money and juggle it where you need to
I'm wondering if
over?
we may have exceeded the appropriation that year, but then she moved the remaining over to a different appropriation. And maybe that could be why it's a round number.
Well, because we got the encumbered funds there on the plant and lift station improvements, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
What figure did you say then for 451? 60?
60.
50?
60. 60.
The other, I guess, at this year, then the other thing is, if you guys do a little more detailed information when you send a bill to her, then some of this stuff will level out after a couple of years.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
You get some history on it, but you understand that you're both talking about the same thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll take this and kind of use this. Because I'm used to doing that with the shop and the farm anyway.
Right.
I have to do some things.
Yeah.
So
You guys are really good with communicating with me about what's on the receipt and what it's for, so.
yeah, we'll
It'll
just
be,
add
it'll be
this.
an easy step to just.
Yeah, we'll just add this kind of to it. Yeah.
Let me get you an updated version.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah,
that'd be great.
great.
We'll kind of,
It's gonna make this annual discussion a lot easier.
It will,
Yeah.
Like, what did we put in there and what
Right.
expense was there that changed?
I can send you a chart of accounts, you know.
That's true.
I can send you a chart of accounts. It's what I use when I go in and look for what I'm putting it under.
Now
Yeah.
we're talking the same language.
yeah, exactly. That's right. Yeah, because we might speak, yeah, right.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
That'll tell you this is what I have to choose from.
Right, yeah, right.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Anybody have any other-
That'd be great though. It'd be.
Anybody have any other questions or comments?
So the hearing will be scheduled for the regular meeting in September. Adoption will follow at the regular meeting in October.
Okay. Operations manager,
Okay, this is over a 2 month period too, just got a few things. July 1st, Michael Scott replaced the offload lift station P1. If the offload's bad, it stops the others from working. So it has to be working. Michael and Scott and I helped cut some white pine tree branches in Gettysburg 447 that were hanging over on Gettysburg 448 roof. We looked at it and used a rope and an extension ladder, and we could do it safely ourselves. We were able to do that one ourselves. I'm not going to take any risk. We're going to hit somebody's house.
that's right.
We'll hire that out, you know, but that one we could do ourselves. So we got that done. The owner at lot JB 313 called stating we had trees on JB 314 that were leaning toward her house. She is having Vandastar Tree Service take down a large tree on her property. So we asked him to give us an estimate on taking down 4 medium-sized trees and 1 large poplar that has the dead top in it, calls from grapevines. His estimate's $3,100 to drop it in small pieces on our lot. It's like a jungle in there. So I gave him the job, but he has not got to it yet. So since he's there working anyway, we thought that worked good. And originally, 6 months ago or whatever, we thought we could do it ourselves, but that was back in the winter before it was all leafed out, and we didn't realize the poplar was dead at that time. We just thought it was 2 little trees.
Yeah.
But they're a lot bigger trees than we thought in the beginning.
Yeah.
There's more risk, and it definitely isn't over our house or air conditioner. Yeah.
I spoke with her this morning and they said, she understands it to be that they were gonna be here this week, now they're gonna be here next week. They don't know when, but
Okay.
Sponders are.
And it'll give us a good chance to try another contractor.
Yeah.
So. Michael Scott replaced the starter capacitor at lift station M2 on pump 2. While Scott was doing generator checks, he found a block heater not working. I don't know, I didn't know the block heater wasn't working when it's 100 degrees out.
It'd be 150 degrees. And it wasn't, it was 80.
Okay, thanks for that answer. So the GFI was bad, so he replaced it.
On a brand new generator.
Yeah, that wasn't that old.
Yeah.
And Scott working really hard on this quote for the new maintenance service crane truck, which he's going to present to you today. And that's where we're at.
The readers.
I'm giving you the real Reader's Digest version. So I've got in the computer, I've got a 90-page document, well, it's just shy of 90 pages. It's gonna be about 89, 88 pages. It's got a lot of stuff that would be boring, but, so yeah, so it's that pack in front of you. So this is the very Cliff Notes version. It's not final, unfortunately, because and I'm really putting the pressure on Stellar. So Stellar's the expensive part, the bed, the crane, all that. And I'm kind of, we weren't real thrilled with, the way they were throwing the quote at us, I guess. So I tried to go to another dealer and Stellar blocked it, basically is the easy way to say it, which really aggravated me. But anyway, so we're back to, as it stands right now, the quote that I just added just came in. It's the very bottom one. It's probably in black and white, but it's the 127.5 quote for the bed.
And crane.
And crane, and yeah, that's all, everything upfitter, everything but the chassis. It's not included in the stapled packet. That is literally just got it right before the meeting. They actually came down a little bit, added some stuff to it. And what would happen different than anything I've got laid out in here, instead of Meyer installing it in Indianapolis, it's not stapled.
Are you on the Meyer?
Oh, it's actually right here. I don't think I can do another. That's the old one. So the one that's stapled was one where the chassis would get purchased through Andy Moore Ford. It would go to Indiana. It would be delivered to Andy Moore Ford. They would transport it to Indianapolis to Meyer Truck Equipment. Meyer Truck Equipment would have the bed, the crane, the air compressor all shipped to them from Iowa, from Stellar in Iowa, and it would get installed in Indianapolis. And then we would pick it up there. I did not get, when I started, we wanted 5 or 10 things modified, extra stuff and when we were there at Work Truck Week in March, Michael and I were talking to the Stellar reps. There were things that they said were in the bed that were standard. And then when I started asking for a quote, then all that changed. And I got real frustrated in those last details, and we've been working on for months. And I just wasn't getting really good answers. And I got real worried about what product we were going to end up with. So I've been just kind of at war with them. Basically, they got word over the last few days that I was ready to jump ship. I just wasn't happy, and I was really losing sleep over it. The rep at Stellar that we were dealing with retired, so I had a new one. And anyway, they blocked us trying to go to Clark Equipment in Crawfordsville. But anyway, Meyer sent a new quote. The truck would get delivered, same money, no extra fee to do this. The Ford they have 12 points across the United States they'll deliver to. So when the truck was built, they would take it to Iowa. Stellar, which is what we wanted all along, in their factory, they will put the truck together. They will then ship it to Meyer in Indianapolis, and we would pick it up at Meyer. Meyer basically just does paperwork, very little. And that's the way we were more comfortable with. We've discussed this a lot, and with what we felt more comfortable, because they do them all the time. They build them, and it's basically their fault. They can't blame Stellar, can't blame the installer.
Right, exactly.
Installer can't blame Stellar. I don't want to hear it. Fix the truck is what we were at. Like, ultimately, I see no urgency to get this done. If it means that I want a good product at the end, because I've communicated that with them. We're going to live with this thing for 20 years.
Yeah.
I don't want a piece of junk that didn't, because they were in a hurry.
Yeah.
They want to hurry.
Yep.
They want to get the sale. They want it now. We are not in any kind of rush. Our truck is fine. So that has been a real battle. And they, for some reason, got it in their head that I was on it. They wanted to get it. They didn't want to get into the details, because they felt like they just wanted it approved, and then they'll work on the details later, basically change orders.
Basically a blank check.
A blank check.
Yeah.
And they thought
We're used to dealing with government people that don't watch the bottom line.
Right.
And
I
that
appreciate that.
Yeah.
has not went well with me
Yeah.
at all. So it is. They know I'm mad, and yeah.
Very expensive product. After doing research, so I've done absolutely most of it. Settled on this Stellar package, and the product is what we want,
Yeah,
but the service to get it is the real.
Yeah,
the details.
Yeah.
the details. So and
And
maybe,
you have to go to a middleman, sorry.
No, you're right.
You can't go direct to the, it's like, we don't want to have to deal with
anybody but
anybody
Stella.
but Stellar, but
Yeah.
we have to,
Yeah,
and that's the frustration.
Yeah, I think we're almost there. I think so we've got that new quote. In the spreadsheet I've got there that it shows the quote from Meyer, but it should come down a little bit. There's a lot of
Which one's the last one?
and then these are real big.
this one.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah, 127.
this one right here. You don't have it in that packet because
So this
this
is-
they just came out. I didn't.
Oh,
Yeah.
so they don't have it either.
No, they have it. I gave it to them.
Oh, okay.
128.
The 127.
Is no good.
It's no good. Yeah, it'll be this 127.5
Okay.
But that's just,
Plus the truck.
plus the truck.
yeah, where's the
In
truck?
the spreadsheet, that should be in here.
That's,
the same thing.
yeah, she's probably.
Should be.
Yeah.
So, so the spreadsheet shows the total. And I used numbers from the original quote. Like I say, this has been I thought about just telling you to table it for now, but we're basically there. I mean, we've got the rough numbers.
So it's this and this?
No, it's this. Just to admit that it's this right here.
Is it correct?
This is really close. The green is the really close on my spreadsheet right there. So that sheet right there.
96, 98.
Yeah, 196, 980. What is not included in that is gonna be things like an inverter. Basically we need to get the truck completely done. We're gonna need about 10 more than that. We've got to add an inverter. This is things that was very frustrating when I talked to Stellar. I don't know who would have a truck like this and not be able to charge cordless batteries. We have DeWalt, for example.
Right.
You got to be able to charge them. There was all kinds of details in the way Ford has they have something called Pro Power on board. That I can order with the chassis, which we will for a different reason. I wanted to plumb that into the bed to be able to charge batteries. It's very cumbersome to turn that on, and it really needs to come on every time you start the truck.
Yeah.
Well, you have to remember to turn it on. So if you shut the truck off, it's all dead. Well, then you start the truck back up. You got to go into the screen, hit a bunch of buttons, turn it on. Anyway, Meyer quoted us just that was $2,700 to add an inverter in the body. I did this at the shop for people.
I was gonna say, I think I can do that.
I could do that. So I took all that back out of the quote, and said we'd do that ourselves. But even doing it ourselves, stuff kind of adds up.
Sure.
The beacon light, for example, one of the issues we had, I wanted to quote on a light in the middle of the truck, right? So we have strobes front and back, but one in the middle of the truck. It's just standard.
Yeah.
Well, apparently it's not standard. I asked for it several times and got quoted some rinky-dink light for $950 that I had to ask for a picture with no details.
Right.
It's just not how Michael and I, if you asked us for that, we would give you specs,
Yeah.
video links, you name it.
All that.
And this is a $950 light I bought off Amazon for that $100. So we're either going to get a lot better light, or we're going to get it for $100 from Amazon, and maybe we'll get 200 and put two up there. I don't know, but I'm not going to pay them $950 to put a rinky-dink light on. So
You can tell me what it is.
yeah, so
I can't even tell us what it is.
so I tried to come up with a number. We need, the welder's about 5,000. It's going to get bolted on the top, but that was never in the plan. $1,000 vise, because and then about $4,000 worth of E-track in the bed, which I did get them to add, and they lowered. I got that added at the last. They did finally throw that in this quote. I've just skimmed through it.
Yeah.
But I got that E-track added, and we shaved $1,000 off, so we're getting there.
Yeah.
So I'm going to keep working on this and try to make the bill go down, not up.
I appreciate that, because there's a lot of us sitting in this room who have the patience.
Yeah.
And a lot of people probably don't, which is why they think they can get away with
That's-
that.
Exactly. That's what you're.
Great job.
Yeah.
It's so frustrating.
Yeah.
It's like buying a car, but it's worse because
Yeah.
you're trying to get what you're getting in the car.
Yeah.
To
Yes.
detail
yes.
level
Yeah.
to make sure it works for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I
And
appreciate
that's,
it.
there's not a lot of options. I mean, they're shady, but
Yeah.
where else are you gonna go? Right?
Exactly,
So
that's
just
where-
keep fighting it, man. I
Yeah.
appreciate
We're almost there. We're
Really good
right
job.
there.
And I want to thank you guys. I know you spent hours
Don't lose
On
sleep,
this.
you're okay.
and I really appreciate it. And the other thing is these people sell a lot of this equipment to a government agency.
Yeah,
And somebody sitting in the office makes the decision of what truck they get and what they want on it. You guys know what you need
yeah,
and what equipment you're going to be used and what equipment you don't be used where, we could have said, oh, just buy it,
yeah.
and so.
Sadly, most people they sell these vehicles to,
So people like us, not you.
well, no, not even that, not even that. It's the people that they're spending somebody else's money and they don't care as much. And
Yep.
we try to
Yep.
spend it like it is ours.
Yep,
And
it shows.
so
The E-Track in the bed, we were told at Work Truck Week that so many people, and what it is, it's E-Track, there's
Yeah.
two of them, yeah, on the sides. Both, we haul a pump, it's top heavy, so we
Yeah.
tie it down, right?
Yeah.
Well, then we were told at Work Truck Week that, that was standard, that so many people requested it, that there was 2 tracks. When I got ready to order it, I just was trying to verify these things, right? So I'm going through my list and I'm verifying, no, that's not there, and they want $1,150, I think at one point, to put it in. Well, is it gonna come in with that in it? And then they're gonna charge me $1,150 and never have to put it in? I mean,
that's the middleman right there.
I don't know, and the guy asked me literally yesterday, Brad Held at Stellar, he said, where are you stuck? Who do you trust? And I said, nobody at this point. You've given me no choice but to trust no one because I've gotten so many different answers over the last year. So you're gonna, basically it's a trust and verify kind of thing. So, I think this got, that got added to this and the bill went down 1,000. So is somebody eating it or did I call their bluff here and it was there all along? I don't know. And so each little thing I have to go through like that, but I think I've about got them cornered on almost everything. So I think we're almost there.
I think they'll be as happy to say goodbye to you.
They
as well.
they will be.
Good for you and good for us.
They
so.
probably will be glad that, yeah. I know at one point, one of the installers, ended up at Ford 2 days ago at Andy Moore and wanted to know what to do to get
Get done, yeah.
he was trying to get information on what we really, like, where did we go wrong? And
Good.
he just, and
Just knowing your product. I mean,
that's what
know
Brian.
your product. It's not just here's a truck, buy it.
It's embarrassing how poor these salesmen have got. It's so easy to make a sale apparently that they don't know anything about, I mean, just basic stuff they can't answer. They cannot, they research, they have still yet, I can tell you to this point, and I've asked it for it since March, the height of that crane reel. I need to know what the height is after it's put on an F600. They have those chassis beds cranes sitting in Iowa. They want to sell me one. How hard is it to give me that height?
Yeah.
That's not difficult. I need to know a total length from the back of that bumper to the front of that bumper.
Basic stuff, man.
If you can't give me that, I will not tell you yes.
They have that on the Cougar I just bought.
Exactly.
I went to his spot and they have that on.
I've asked for it.
And it's like 0.96 inches. I'm like,
They had this truck at Work Truck Week. Michael and I did not have a tape measure with us.
Yes.
And they didn't have one. And I said, email me that height. And I've asked for it ever since and I still don't have it. So we can't move forward and I will not order that until I know that height. What if I don't, just no, not gonna happen. Sorry. If you can't do it, then you lose $100,000. If it's worth it to you, then I guess it's fine. We'll go somewhere else.
The only other alternative would be for you to drive to Iowa and measure.
Yeah. And as Michael would say, that's damn ridiculous. So it's insane. So that's where we're stuck. So, but just to go over real quick. So the way we got here, just the cliff notes, this one that tells this picture here.
Mhm.
So real fast. So lift stations, we don't need this bigger crane. At the plant, this all came about as a mirror image of what MIG used basically to build a place. When we get trying to do stuff around the plant though, we really need the reach, and then when you get the reach, you lose when you change that crane angle. That's an 8,000 pound crane.
You lose lifting capacity.
A lot. So 80-degree angle, to a 60-degree angle, just moving 20 degrees, it goes from an 8,000-pound crane to 5,000 pound crane, just that fast.
Yeah,
At full extended. So, so that's how we arrived at that crane. So when you go to that crane, then you got to have a big chassis to support that bigger crane. That's how we landed there. We did enough sketchy stuff around here with what we have that we just were like, you know what, it's spooky when you're trying to pick a wheel up off the side of the ground. You know, it's like, and then you maybe can't get a pump back out where you put it in.
yeah.
We got it down and couldn't about get it back out.
That was
sketchy.
That was sketchy.
Yeah.
So that's how we got here. And then you're basically at 165,000 to buy basically anything.
Yeah.
And then we just said, well, and you know, talking to Kathy at the time, she said, you know, expect something that basically is going to be for the next 20 years.
Future.
So we're going to, future proof. So that's what we did. The stuff's aging. So we thought, well, let's get something that we don't have to call somebody.
So right now you're at 196,980.
Yep. Yep.
We've got 200,000 budgeted,
Yep.
but we know you will be back with some costs
Yes.
above
Yeah.
that.
A little bit.
For some items.
Yeah, a little
Yeah.
bit. Hopefully not a lot, but yeah, I think it'll be. One detail to that cost. So I don't think I'm going to get Stellar probably down much. I'm hoping that this maybe if I can get him to add some things, but I'd say the cost is a cost.
Right.
On Ford though, what can happen there? This is bizarre to me, but I vetted this and it seems true. They quote us MSRP. When they order the truck, they will then get somewhere in between there and it showing up, they will get invoiced. They will get invoiced for some number less than MSRP. Maybe not much, maybe quite a bit. When they get that invoice, then they will wiggle on the price. And they already know that I want money off. So they know I want 1,000 or 2 off. And they know that, and they're going to try really hard to get us some number less. But it won't be more than MSRP. It will hopefully be a little less. The FIN code that we have, which is fleet identification number for Clear Creek, which is a Ford fleet thing. We're on the lowest level because we obviously don't buy trucks very often. Offers no incentives right now, hasn't for a while. For dollars, it does raise the powertrain warranty from 3 years, 5 years. Well, it was always 5, but it raises it from 60,000 to 100,000 miles. So we have a 5-year, 100,000 mile warranty, 4,000 engine hours. So we don't really have to worry about drivetrain, which was my concern, engine transmission, for 5 years.
Okay.
So that's good news. It's got 336 bumper to bumper. But anyway, I wanted to throw that out there that number might come down a little, so it might help us a little bit on these accessories.
Yeah.
So budget wise, I mean, it won't be. It'll just be won't be much, $1,000.
Yeah.
Can the board just approve that he order the truck as long as it's under 200,000? So we don't have to wait for another whole month.
Yeah, well, that's what I was gonna ask, is what, do you need us to go on today?
It's fine with me either way. I really am okay either way. But yeah, that'd be great. I can at least start the process.
We know basically, or we're pretty sure that,
Yeah,
that this is a fairly stable number.
yeah,
Might vary a
Right.
little bit in the final
right.
stages.
Yeah. It's not gonna move more than, I would say, $1,000 one way or the other.
To order that truck and crane and all that, the welder and that stuff that he says another 10,000, that's extra that he's gonna do himself.
I'm gonna say,
Right.
That'd be a different
We're
thing.
gonna come out of operations maintenance or something like that, right?
We can go ahead and prove this, and then if you end up with another $10,000-12,000,
Yeah,
we can approve that when the time comes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that way he could
You
get
learned
the
that for your homework thing.
get it ordered, get the
Yeah,
thing started.
I know you spent a lot of time and frustration
yeah,
dealing with these people.
yeah.
So,
No, it's fine though. I wouldn't have it any other way. I'd do it for free. I need it. It's like I told them, they had it in their head that the guy ordering the truck is on the opposite, like we're at war with you guys. So
Yeah.
he's trying to slide stuff under. And I said, you don't understand. That's not how this works. No, this is like my money. And you're not going to rip us off. And I want to know what we're getting at least. I mean, at least that for, even if it was, I don't know, anyway, you know where we're at with it. So yeah, it's, we're almost there though. I think I've got them frustrated enough to meet with me. They're gonna make it happen. So we're gonna get it. I mean, yeah, they're probably gonna,
Here's another one too.
yeah, probably keep lowering that, whatever it takes to get you to shut up.
Probably fly you out. I will say, you get to Iowa before they ship it to Indianapolis. Hey,
Yeah,
well, it's here, you didn't do this.
Yeah.
Add that.
Maybe we'll get to the point where they say, let's do something to satisfy this guy so we can get rid of him.
yeah, I think that's really where they are. That's really, I really do. That's what, I got that vibe from Brad, yes.
But I mean, if they do this, if they finish it right, they'll be a biggest promoter. They'll
I
have to.
Right.
That's the thing, it's like, this truck works for me.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, and here's why, but
Right.
it was hard to get to, and make that friction go away, and you
Right.
guys will be golden.
Yeah, I told him that yesterday. I said, yeah, that's good.
Tell them our
Yeah,
whole
okay.
community sees this because our meetings are recorded.
Right.
Yes, there you go. Yeah. Oh, that's, yeah.
Not a bad idea for
I
go out and
I
look
would
at it.
entertain a motion.
Motion to approve the purchase of the truck and the body for under 200,000.
Second,
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
fantastic work, man, for real.
Can I ask a question before we move topics? Kathy had encumbered to 2025, $90,000, and it's called a truck replacement.
Hmm.
441. Is that related to this
It is.
truck?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We also have 442, equipment purchases of 200,000.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So
Okay.
we've got the money there. If it comes up with an extra 15,000
Got it.
on top of this one, we've got it. Yeah.
Okay.
I've got one other thing before we go, and that's, I gave all of you a copy
Oh, yeah.
of the, no hunting, trapping, target practice, or discharge of firearms or archery equipment will be allowed within the Heritage Lake waters. This is what the POA passed. And when they were talking about that, I went to Ken and I asked Ken that whatever the POA passed, that they include the Clear Creek Conservancy properties. So this is what I got from Ken on that. This is what they approved. My thought there was that we're all right here together, so we all want to have the same regulations. We don't want us to have something different than what the POA has.
100%.
So, I think probably what I need to do is I need a motion to accept this.
I've got one question on that though. I think last time we discussed this, we were talking about potential signage or tree painting or whatever for those parts of our property that we wanted to designate as no hunting. So the purple or, whatever it was. I don't know if that's something we want to talk about as
Well,
part of this motion or.
Well, we're still talking about, putting no hunting signs along the back of our property down to the farmer's field and so forth. Because we want people to use the property,
Mhm.
but we don't want people target practicing or hunting or so forth. Does that answer your?
Yeah,
question?
so we'll talk about finalizing that agreement.
Yeah, but Doug, and then they know, they've been looking at some signage
Yeah.
and so forth to put up back there. We can't put up no trespassing signs because we want people to
Right,
use
right.
the property,
Yeah.
but we can put up no hunting
Okay,
signs.
okay.
So,
The purple only means private property. It does not mean.
Okay.
yeah, and the purple only means no trespassing.
No, that's right.
And we don't want, we
Okay,
don't
all right.
people trespass as long
So is there another color designation or do we just go with the signs and?
I don't know. I think we have to assume people don't even know what colors are.
Yeah, yeah.
Because
Well,
I didn't,
hunters should,
I only
right?
know the purple for a while.
Yeah,
The,
okay. We'll
when
talk
you-
about that at another time then.
when we went to a local hardware to buy a sign, they didn't, they said both. So I couldn't use no trespassing, no hunting. I couldn't
Mhm.
find one that just said no hunting, but there's those cheap ones that don't last a year. and the
Yeah.
I think
rated.
Ken's got a contact that he uses for some of the other
He
signs
does.
that he
We
does,
use
and he can get, he's got a good relationship with them, so.
Yeah, so we
Work
can
with
get
them.
some made that
Yeah.
say what we want, and they go down that wood. So really
Yeah.
though, it's just gonna be pointing toward the farmer over there, so anybody on him keeps them from
Sure.
hunting on you.
Yeah,
Unless we put signs down in that valley that point up toward the people that live there go down the valley behind them in the woods. Also, maybe they can walk down there, but I guess I'd let them know that they don't.
Yeah,
Just reminds them you can't hunt, which did happen years ago.
Yeah.
Somebody's hunting back there.
and we're talking in the context of over here by the dam specifically, but there's other areas around the lake too that we're gonna wanna take a look at as well, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that in another meeting, but
Yeah.
for now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be a motion to,
Yeah, a motion to accept the verbiage for the Heritage Lake and Beaver Creek regulations as far as firearms and hunting restrictions on property.
any questions on the motion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. Now we're in the public forum.
I just have two questions. I was wondering what the total connection count is.
Oh, yes, I have that right here. 1,730.
And the second question, once you post your minutes, for clarity, will you also post the handouts that support those minutes and support the discussions at these meetings? So people can understand what's happening when you talk about things.
I think probably it depends on what the attachment is. Quotes, things like that, I would necessarily probably defer to you guys on that. That's a common supporting document to minutes is quotes.
So it would be per meeting.
It's something that just to think about.
Yeah.
Whatever your decision is, I would recommend, like, if we're gonna post those minutes, I just make it all one PDF and just add.
Yeah. Like one
Yeah,
package.
combine them,
One,
yeah.
one
We'll-
package.
And we can do that,
Yep.
but you guys just decide.
Well, and the other thing you have to understand, Tom, is right now we're in a test. We're just seeing how this basically works. At this point in time, we haven't, if this doesn't work out the way we think, we may have to go to some other method.
That's fine. I'm just thinking your good idea regarding allowing comments. Well, one cannot comment unless one understands
Right.
contents.
Yeah, all they get is this audio and the discussion and they don't know what this is. Yeah.
And I would disagree with you on one thing, and that's people cannot comment if they don't understand it.
All kinds of evidence out there.
If you say that people just comment and don't understand it, I, you know, I think there's a lot of comments,
Well,
a lot of comments made by people that don't understand what they're commenting on.
well, what he's saying, just not in this context of this meeting, but just in general, people comment on things they don't understand all the time.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
in this context, I think posting what we have here is part of making this open. So if you can put that in one document, that'd be great.
Yeah, and yeah, you just need to tell us what
Yep.
part of that, 'cause like, stuff that 90 page or whatever.
Yeah, I don't
And there's nothing there. I mean, it's all, yeah,
Yeah.
it's fine. Yeah.
Something to clarify though on posting the minutes. Do you agree with me that the minutes won't be posted publicly until the
Oh.
following meeting after they're approved?
yeah.
Yep,
So there'll be that month delay.
and that's part of what the POA deals with as well, so,
They have to be approved to be
yes,
real.
yes. Only things that have been approved and agreed upon will be.
See, that's the part that really, I guess, confuses me. You know, you show live minutes, but if anybody isn't quick transcribing, which I'm not quick transcribing, and then you see the printed minutes come out, typically they're different.
Well, that's no different than the POA or any other organization. I mean,
I'm not,
no one's trying to deceive anybody with this, Tom. We're all trying to do the right thing and become transparent, and that's part of the
I'm sorry.
reason why we're doing it. No, there's no apology necessary at all. That's the
No, you're good.
discussion. Thank you.
And anybody have anything else? Motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn?
Second.
Good day, indeed.